Today we are celebrating Robin's birthday by making like Robin Hood in the woods, doing some archery. Today is Robin's 30th birthday, so to celebrate I'm making him a cheesecake, although it's not your average cheesecake, it's more just rolls of cheese stacked on top of each other, shaped a bit like a cake, but he is French so he digs that sort of thing. And because he's so old, I also get him an old person's board game. It's Rummikub and my nana used to love it.
So after a bit of a yummy breakfast, we are hitting the road. We are passing the Archery Gorge that we're going to be exploring in the next few days, so don't miss that. But we are making our way toward Terrace Downs Resort, and more specifically a point called Windwhistle Point, world famous for, well, its wind. And we are going to be meeting Neil from Newzengland for a bit of archery in the woods. We are following Ted, which is the dog, and Neil, which is the guy, into the woods, into a little bit of a weird-ass shack, which has only 3 walls. This is because this is an archery shack. There is heaps of bows everywhere, and Neil is giving us the rundown on how to be the best archer ever. Under the judging eye of Ted, Neil is giving us heaps of tricks on how to handle the bow and how to make sure that we hit bullseye every single time.
Let the bow do it. Oh, not bad.
Neil always knows where the arrow's going to end up even before we shoot.
Now, just open the fingers and let the arrow go. Nice!
This is the first time that we're doing archery and we both managed to pick it up pretty quickly. Neil has some awesome teaching skills and as soon as we're picking up that bow we feel absolutely epic, like we're Legolas in Lord of the Rings or Katniss from the Hunger Games. It's so awesome to do. Even from watching from the side, Neil knows exactly what little movements we need to do in order to score bullseye. His teaching methods are really awesome and I'm super surprised at how good our scores are getting. And once we have fine-tuned our firing power, Neil is setting us some different challenges to do as well so we can get super competitive. We're doing challenges to beat each other's scores as well as working together to get the highest score between us. But of course not every arrow hits the target, so it's a bit of a mission to find them in the forest.
It's here.
Oh, there it is.
The arrow of shame.
Archery is really awesome. It's actually one of the world's oldest sport and there is actually a lot of skills involved. It's not all about just trying to aim and going at it. It's all about how to behave with your entire body to give the right motion to the bow and therefore to the arrow and make it bullseye. It's really fun and it's really challenging to try to make it happen consistently. Archery is definitely a sport that I could see myself getting into really quickly. It's really fun and there is a lot to it and Neil is keeping it super entertaining by giving us so many various challenges. I usually get bored of stuff really quickly just because, well, I have a short attention span, but he's keeping me involved all the way through it. And archery has a really interesting history here in New Zealand. It was introduced by the English settlers when they came here and that was just introduced as an entertainment method, as a sport basically. It was never used as a hunting method or as a fighting method because they already had padded weapons. And the Maoris back in the days used mostly spears and clubs to hunt and fight each other. Archery was never part of their culture. As Laura and I are entering the last round of our competition, the clash of the bow, the battle of the arrows, it is neck and neck. We are only 1 arrow apart at the end, and it's all about making it into that goddamn yellow circles. Ted is not impressed as we are finishing the competition without a single arrow in the yellow circles. But Neil is counting the score and running up our final tally and it turns out that I am the winner. He's crowning me the winner of this competition, but that's probably just because it's my birthday. All in all, it was great fun playing with bows and arrows in the wood. We are now making our way back toward the Mount Hut bunkhouse where we're going to be spending another night because there is much more to explore in the area.
Today is Robin's 30th birthday. He's hitting the big 3-0.
I don't want to turn 30 years old.
I thought I would decorate the camper van, put some lights up and put some balloons all around the camper van and make it look like a children's birthday party, just to give him the illusion that he is young, except he is not.